Welcome to the Blockchain Report, your daily rundown in the latest of crypto. My name is Taylor Nikolai. Have you ever felt like you need to sell all your crypto at once? Well, now there's a button for that. Have you ever wished that there was an emergency stop button for crypto? Well, this guy made one. Motherboard reports that Ilker Dogley, a system and network administrator at Near East University, literally made his own emergency stop button, as seen in a YouTube video he made here. When asked why he made it, he said, "I decided to invent this button because I saw lots of investors of cryptocurrency with complaints about exchange issues, especially when the price falls very quick." Okay, so hopefully crypto will never get into a situation where you would actually need to use something like this, but it's a cool idea. Next up, the blockchain startup Civil is refunding all of its investors.
We are a cooperatively owned and operated marketplace that connects citizens, people who want to support relevant, fact-based journalism, with journalists focused on producing quality, independent news.
According to TechCrunch, an initial coin offering for Civil has stopped, and the company has decided to refund all of its investors. Civil is a startup that aims to create an economy for journalism on the blockchain, and they hope to raise $8 million in this ICO. But the ICO didn't attract much interest. Ultimately, the company only raised $1,435,491. Only $1 million? What is this? Poor person town? But hold up, Consensus, a blockchain venture startup that invested $5 million in Civil last fall, has decided to purchase $3.5 million of their new tokens. Civil Chief Executive Officer Matthew Isles wrote in a blog post, "This isn't how we saw this going. The numbers will show clearly enough that we are not where we wanted to be at this point in the sale when we started out. But one thing we want to say at the top is that until the clock strikes midnight on Monday, we are still working non-stop on the goal of making our soft cap of $8 million. It's like crypto Cinderella."
Oh my goodness.
What's the matter?
It's midnight.
Here's to hoping they get their money. Next, Rwanda is even getting in on the blockchain. According to CoinDesk, Rwanda has decided to track Tantalum, a metal that is used in consumer electronics, with blockchain technology. This move is in an effort to smooth over concerns about conflict minerals in the global market. Conflict minerals are minerals that are extracted in a conflict zone and sold to perpetuate the conflict in the area. Rwanda supplied about half the global market of tantalum in 2014. However, the global marketplace is really concerned about where the tantalum is coming from. The Rwandan government teamed up with Circular, a supply chain tracking startup. Rwanda hopes that using blockchain technology to track the source of the tantalum will encourage ethical sourcing of the mineral. It's great to see blockchain technology contributing to the greater good. Next, is a Bitcoin ETF years away? According to Bitcoinist, Pantera Capital CEO Dan Moorhead said at Bloomberg's Institutional Crypto Conference that he thinks a Bitcoin ETF is years away. He went on to explain by saying, "Very few people know that the last asset class that was certified for an ETF was copper. It took 3 years, even though copper has been around for 8,000 years. An ETF is an exchange-traded fund. Think of it like an index fund." He went on to say, "When we look back at this 5 years from now, I think Fidelity and Bakkt are going to be the events that spurred an enormous amount of capital into the industry." You'll recall in our previous videos how Fidelity and Bakkt have been making huge moves in the blockchain space. And finally on today's show, a Brazilian presidential candidate is using the blockchain. Cointelegraph reports that Fernando Haddad, a presidential candidate in Brazil, put out his government plan on the blockchain. He announced in a press release that he did this due to a long-term struggle with fake news reports.
You are fake news.
What's great about using the blockchain is that the information can't be compromised. This is why he decided to post it on a decentralized platform. What's interesting is that he's not the only major politician in the country pushing for blockchain integration, as Marina Silva has also mentioned blockchain during her campaign, and even went so far as to suggest creating a digital government. Sounds like we should begin calling the country Blockchain Brazil. I'm cleaning out my desk after this because there's no way I'm not fired. Thanks for watching the Blockchain Report. My name is Taylor Nikolai. If you want to stay up to date on all the latest crypto news and trends, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Blockchain Report. We'll see you tomorrow.